Goes short, fine play by Melbourne, and it's Teddy Fidge who could be a match winner.
My name is Ted Fidge, and I've got brain damage from playing football with Melbourne Football Club.
If you relax more. He's going for his third goal, and I think he hasn't.
Elbow to the head, knees to the head, king hits that broke my nose, head clashes, multiple hits to the head.
History tells us that Melbourne beat Richmond that day back in 1986. Tells us that Ted Fidge, number 36, was the hero who put Melbourne in front, kicking 4 goals.
He's going for his 4th goal, and what a kick it's going to take. Teddy Fidge puts it on its way, and Fidge has put Melbourne in front.
These days, Ted Fidge has his own hero, wife Diane, and you'd want her in your side any day of the week.
I'm a carer, I'm a nurse, I'm a psychiatrist, I'm the whole kick and caboodle.
What is your brain feeling like now? Tell me.
At the moment, it's just a bit foggy, but if I don't take these tablets in the morning, then my head just swishes around, and I feel like my head's gonna explode. Ted
has what's known as CTE, a chronic traumatic brain disorder caused by repeated head injuries. Today, sporting authorities and doctors are acutely aware of the danger, but when Ted played, it was a totally different ball game.
In our day, you just got told to get back out in the field, you'll be right. If you needed stitches in your head or you just had to sit there for 5 minutes, it'd be like, harden up, go back out and play.
What do you think of that attitude back then? No ticker if you don't go out there after a head knock.
I think it was just barbaric, to be honest. I just think they should have always had a duty of care to their players.
Which brings us to a new game in town, and they should sell tickets to this one. Diane, on Ted's behalf, is taking on the all-powerful AFL, who she claims has abandoned her husband.
The AFL need to be accountable. Where is the AFL's compassion? Where is their empathy?
She might be tiny, she might suffer severe scoliosis of the spine, and it might be the mismatch of the century. But Diane is determined to get justice for Ted and retrieve some sort of life for them both.
They can pay for Robbie Williams and they can pay for Kiss, but they do not care about their players who are struggling or these wives that are struggling. It's not fair. I shouldn't have to bear the brunt of all of this.
Doing something that you love shouldn't destroy your life.
The fame, the fans, the glory. It's all so fleeting, isn't it? And so easily forgotten. Ted and Diane have lost everything. They've lost jobs and they've lost the family home. They're renting now, the house behind me, and even that is a massive challenge.
We need help before it's too late.
With happiness so hard to come by, thank heavens for these wags, Duke and Duchess. They're a lively and happy antidote for the sadness and depression that Ted feels. But even walkies now are perilous.
I had my husband collapse down the hallway. I rang the AFL and I was told by a certain person that doesn't have time for this, he's on holidays. And I just sat at the front and cried because I had no one to turn to. Ted is 110 kilos, I'm only little. What do I do?
When Ted's depression spiralled out of control, he was admitted to the Melbourne clinic for almost 9 weeks at $11,000 a week. It helped, but it wiped out his super. Diane is the sole breadwinner. So is it true that you get up at 3:45 every morning and go to work?
Yeah, I do. I go to work,
and
I
then you
drive
get
to
home at 4 o'clock in the afternoon?
Yep.
And then you look after him?
Yep, and it's a full-time job.
They may be broke, but Team Fidge is far from broken. Diane has a severe case of white line fever and vows she won't rest until the AFL plays the game.
I want them to help these players, and my husband especially too, to get help, to be able to go and see a psychiatrist, to be able to live his life like all of them live.
They may be good at putting on the game, but they're appalling at looking after the health and welfare of past players.
Player manager Peter Jess has taken up Ted's case with the AFL.
This whole game is based on the bedrock of past players, and they are totally ignored.
We contacted the AFL. In a statement, it said, "The AFL understands the needs of past players, including those who may be suffering from the effects of concussion." The AFL said it will continue to work with Ted and Diane, and it's waiting for further documentation. Aussie Rules may have been Ted's life, but both he and Diane desperately need a lifeline. The AFL has helped with some expenses, but the big money is needed soon. Are you serious when you say to me that he does face going into a nursing home?
Correct. He is
Well,
going
what do
to.
you think of that, Ted?
It's not something I look forward to.
Mate, you're a young bloke,
Yeah.
relatively speaking.
Yeah, I'm 60,
Yeah.
but the signs are there. And the tests show that I've got early signs of dementia and frontal lobe dysfunction. And yeah, it's not something that I want to put Diane through.
It might be all too late for Ted, but he's still determined to make his mark. Now, you're going to donate your brain
Yep,
to medical science.
yep.
Why are you doing that?
Just so I can learn and have a look and see what has actually happened
To help other
to help other
future players?
future players.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's a grand gesture?
Yep. The more science they do on it, the more they can learn. So I won't be alive to see the results.